What is good, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. It is time for a brand new transfer talk video, and we've got a lot to discuss today, including goalkeepers, Sam Byram, and that position on the field. We're going to speak about that, and I want to get your thoughts on that also. Also about targets that have gone away now. I think they're in the distance, shall we say, and I'm going to get into that in this video, and also the state of play as we sit here today with the signings we've made. So listen, people, this one came up last night. And I'm going to try not to get too excited, quite frankly, because this source isn't the greatest. It's a collection of Fenerbahce rumors, but AS Marca is saying that Leeds United have offered Fenerbahce 7 million euros for the 30-year-old, I should say, world-renowned goalkeeper Dominik Livaković. Fenerbahce's expectation for this transfer is 12 to 30 million euros. Sunderland, Villa, Chelsea, and Saudi Arabia clubs are also keeping tabs. Now, you guys know me. When I did my very first transfer talk video of the summer of wish list players, this was number one. This was the goalkeeper. This is the man who is, for me, one of the most complete goalkeepers in the world, and he would absolutely be my first choice. That hasn't changed. If we can get a deal for him done, Leeds would obviously have to offer more money, it seemingly by that report. But this is a solid all-round goalkeeper. Now, we'll get into our other goalkeeper in just a moment that we link with, but this is your difference maker. This is a guy that saves you points per season easily as well. Just an all-round top-class goalkeeper. So we'll see if there's any further reports about this. I'm not going to get myself too gassed. I'm going to, like I've said in the thumbnail, don't tease me, but I've just got to put it out there that this is the latest report that we are in for Dominik Livaković. Nothing has changed on Vanja Milinković-Savić. It's pretty much the same report as what Alfredo Pedrola put out yesterday, in that Leeds United are deciding if we're going to pay that release clause. I would be absolutely brilliant with this one as well. He's someone that I didn't think was attainable for Leeds United come the start of the window. It's one of the reasons I didn't really speak about him, but he is a very, 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 very good goalkeeper. So we will see. There's not really an update in this one. I guess we've got to wait and see if Leeds United do decide to trigger the release clause. What we do know, though, is that Sam Byram is staying at the football club. Leeds United officially announced that he has signed a new contract and he will be here for another year. We spoke about this in yesterday's stream about him being a fifth choice, but Baron Cross put this out yesterday ahead of the contract signing, and that was Sam Byram is expected to sign a new contract too. Filling out the left-back department, he will be a trusted understudy to Goodmanson. Now, he then later put this out when it was confirmed. Sam Byram's new contract has been confirmed. He signed a one-year deal, surpassed all expectations with his playing time since returning in 2023, solid squad member. And I think there he's kind of backtracked on the original thing about him being a trusted understudy, and for good reason as well. Listen, people were jubilant in the comments about Sam Byram signing for another year, happy for him that he's doing it with his boyhood club and all that soppy stuff. But reality is going to hit people. And the reality is, if he was to be the genuine understudy to Goodmanson, all it's going to take is news of, oh, Goodmanson has got a slight calf strain, he'll be out today, Byram starts. And then you look across who's playing on the right, and it's in Mbeumo, and you're thinking, ooh. Now, listen, with Sam, I feel like he had a better first year back than he did second year last year. I thought defensively, I do maintain defensively, he's probably the best defensive player we got. But in the Premier League, it takes more than that. It takes positional sense and it takes a bit of pace, which he doesn't really have at this stage of his career. And it's one of those things with Sam where if we're relying on him for a set amount of games, we might be in trouble. So this, to me, is simple stuff from the club. Just learn from the owner's mistakes. Don't go cheap. Don't take a chance with this. We've just seen Borna Sosa go to Palace for £2 million. There are deals out there. How much will Josh Doig be? Nick Tagliafico, free transfer. Get another fullback in and give Goodmanson genuine competition. Because by Schmidt's agent, by the way, he is seemingly heading for the exit. He wants regular first-team football, which he's not going to get here. Get another left back in and leave Sam as the fifth choice. That's how it should be. If we're coming to the end of this window, and when we have to grade it and we've got Sam Byram as our backup left back, it kind of tells you where we're going. And we're going to get into that as we get on further on in the video. But yeah, I want to get your thoughts on Sam. Do you see him as a viable choice as one of the 4 fullbacks, or do you think he should be that 5th choice in case of emergency, break open glass? Everton, according to Popey, would be interested in signing Jack Harrison on a free transfer. They want to basically do this on a free if Leeds United are willing to do so, but there will be PSR implications for Leeds United if we do that. What this says to me, people, is that we're going to sanction another loan deal. I feel like that's going to be the way out of this one. I think we're going to kick the can down the road for another season where PSR won't hit us so hard and Jack Harrison heads back there on a loan deal. Possibly they pay a loan fee, but as long as they cover the wages, like I've said with Jack Harrison, he's not somebody who should be in this squad by any means necessary. He should not be here. So I do think that there is a deal to be done with Popey saying this. I don't think there's any smoke without fire. And I do foresee Everton coming back in, but I do think it's going to be a loan deal. What say you? Now, a couple of players that we've been linked with and we're seemingly going to miss out on, as I was alluding to at the start of the video, Tim Weah. He wants the Marseille move, and we're going to stick with Marseille too. More to follow between the two clubs with Juventus. Exclusive story confirmed, and that's by Fabrizio. So you know it's gold. So he is going to Marseille, and that is that. So Tim Weah, take him off your list if you had him on there. The one that is gutting for me is Friis Hawkins talking about Marseille and Paixão. We touched on this yesterday that Marseille have put in a bid for him, but they have agreed a contract, a 5-year contract with Paixão, and it's now between the two clubs to negotiate the fee. Feyenoord has rejected 2 offers. The latest proposal from Marseille was in form of a loan with a mandatory purchase option of 24 million euros, which is that seems pretty low from what Feyenoord are asking for, but negotiations are ongoing between Marseille and Feyenoord. And this, again, seems like unless we've got the pulling power to gazump this one, Paixão is off the table. So there's that stardust forward that we've been linked with this summer, who is now seemingly going elsewhere. And this is kind of like the theme for the next one. And trust me, this has got nothing to do with Sunderland being linked. But Mikautadze, Sunderland have got an interest in him, but there are other clubs like Roma and other clubs in for him. We should be in for him. That should be our striking option there. He's somebody who comes in and becomes your number 9. There's no hesitation. We did that starting 11 yesterday where it needs help. He goes in as your number 9, and Peru is his direct competition with Mecha as the backup. There's no reason why we shouldn't be in for him, especially with Leon in the situation they're in. And it just seems that we're not in for this kind of player. And where we stand now, people, and shout out to the Leeds zone for this. Leeds United's window so far, signings 4, money spent 30, and that's not including the under-21 signing. We're not counting that. You know, we got Goodmanson, we got Bernal, we got Biol, and we've got Mecha, and we've signed Byram to a new contract. Guys, there's work to be done. There's serious work to be done, and I will maintain this. And people can argue if they want. Biol aside, the other 3. I think Danny Farker could have signed if he got Norwich up. They're not outstanding signings. They're solid signings and could help the squad. We've spent 30 million. Now, when are we going to get those absolute solid first teamers into this squad in this transfer market? Biol is one. He is the exception at this point. Where are the rest? Where are the rest of these guys that are going to make us different from Ipswich last season, who signed a Cajuste on loan and then bought a whole lot of other players, hoping that they finish 17th, but they got relegated? When are we going to sign that player that's going to take us up the mark? Will it be the goalkeeper? Will it be the forward? Is that where the bulk of this money is going to be spent? We will see. It's still fairly early, but as you're seeing, players are going off the board. And this is what I say when people say it's still early. That's fine, but players are starting to move now. So we do need to get our ducks in a row and be a bit more aggressive. Don't leave the fullbacks to chance. We need competition for Bogle as well. There is work to be done, a lot of work to be done. We will see what happens next. Hopefully we got some more positive news in the next video, but that is it for now. Please give me your thoughts on anything discussed in the video. Like the video before you go. It's free to do, helps out the channel immensely. Big up to Mr. P and Parrot House for the super thanks on the last video. Much appreciated, guys. If you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description, and it helps out the channel immensely and shows your support. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.